Cultdreams. Things That Hurt is the name of the next record that we're going to be talking about. Cultdreams used to be called Kamikaze Girls, who released a really, really brilliant record called Seafoam in 2017. It was actually in my top 20 albums of the year, in a very, very good year, 2017, I hasten to add.
It's a brilliant album.
It's a very good album. Feels like it's a bit more indie and slightly less furious than the record that we've got now.
This one. Seafoam is... Oh, okay.
I think. There are bits of it that reminded me of kind of... Well, maybe not furious is not the right word.
I feel like the first one's punkier.
Yeah, but it was a certain type of punk is what I sort of met. A sort of alt rock. It had a real night. Not that this doesn't... So this one has also got quite a big 90s vibe when you think of the kind of Smashing Pumpkins-y wash on the guitar.
They're described as a lo-fi punk shoegaze band, which actually is a very good description.
Yeah. I thought that last album was... Oh, what's a good word? Upbeat, maybe?
Okay, yeah. And this one isn't. This one's more downbeat, isn't it?
And angry.
Yeah.
It's angrier.
Yeah.
I think so.
But you like angry stuff.
I like angry stuff.
You're an angry guy.
Yeah. It's quite a spiteful sounding record a lot of the time, this new. Can we talk about it, by the way? So they are called Cultdreams now. Did we establish that? So they were.
You established that they used to be called.
They used to be called Kamikaze Girls. They're now called Cultdreams. They're not called Things That Hurt, and so I want to make sure we get the titles around the right way. Saying that, I think Kamikaze Girls it's a bit like when Baby Godzilla changed their name to Heck. Baby Godzilla was a better name, unfortunately. I mean, names mean fuck all, so it doesn't really matter. But Kamikaze Girls is probably a better name than Cultdreams.
I will say one thing. I do think Cultdreams sounds more like they sound. God, I put that in a bad way.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I put that in a really bad way.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think they sound more like a Cultdreams than a Kamikaze Girls. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Anyway, we should probably talk about what it does sound like then, shouldn't we?
Sure.
So this is the kind of... This feels like an emotional beefing up of Seafoam, I think. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. I think Lucinda, who's the front person, is very angry about a lot of shit that's going on in the world. I think the second song... Not My Generation just feels like 3.5 minutes. It's like a 3.5 minute diatribe against everything from sort of sexual misconduct to how shitty our current government is, you know, and like she just spews it all out in 3.5 minutes and says, this is why I'm not a part of this generation. I don't want to be a part of it, and blah, 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 blah.
We said this a little bit about Petrol Girls, and I definitely feel it on this record as well, is that there is... I don't remember. I mean, you'll have to excuse me because actually I meant to listen back to Seafoam in the kind of run up to this, but I don't remember it being as kind of furious.
I literally listened to it on the way here because I thought I better listen to Seafoam again because it's been a little while.
Yeah.
And yes, it's not. I wouldn't say it. This feels more personal. This record, it really does, and it feels like some of the songs are as a result of the band touring. Seafoam, and there's a part, I'm going to paraphrase it unfortunately because I haven't got it written down, but it's something along the lines of people only ever listen to me when I have a microphone.
Yes, that's
on
brilliant.
Stage, but off stage they just still don't give a fuck. You know,
and it's barely, it's barely sung. It feels like it's just being said, like this thought has come into my head now.
Yeah,
and I really love that. You know, kind of realism and integrity and sort of believability are all really, really important things for me in music, particularly this type of music.
Yeah. And
again, I think we said it with Petrol Girls when we were reviewing that record. It's really cool to hear, and I think I would have said it about the Bad Breeding when we talked about Bad Breeding last week. I'm not sure I actually said it at the time, but to see the dude in Bad Breeding and really feeling like I don't really know what he was saying, particularly live. Like, you know, I couldn't make the words out at the time.
But
it's like there is obviously something that is deep seated inside you that you feel like you are kind of compelled to get out. And there's a lot of bands in the UK at the moment, a lot of really cool underground punk bands that feel really urgent. And this is a really urgent sound. It feels like I loved Seafoam, and I think the shoegazy stuff was probably a bit more prominent as well.
Oh, I don't know if I'd agree with that. I feel like the shoegaze stuff has been ramped up for this record, which I really like, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I like it when they do those bits, but I feel like because there's a lot of pace on this record, like there feels like there is a lot of.
Yeah, there's a fair bit on Seafoam though.
Yeah, there is, I suppose. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm talking shit. But anyway, it feels just urgent.
Yeah.
This record feels really urgent.
I'm going to say this now. I agree with everything that you're saying regarding Seafoam. The first time I listened to this record, I prefer this one, and I think Seafoam is brilliant. And you having it in your top 20, I think it was in mine. That was a great debut, and I think this is an even better follow-up. And I think it's kind of what I really adore about it is those washes of guitar, that 90s Smashing Pumpkins-esque shoegazy wash guitar thing, which I am a bit of a sucker for, married to these almost nursery rhyme-esque vocal melodies. A good example is actually the single, which people will be able to hear now, which is called "No We Never Rest."
I was going to pick that up. That is a fucking brilliant song and a great choice of single as well.
Yeah,
really, really clever choice of single.
Amazing song, and the chorus is just like, "Just don't worry, keep on going." It's so simple. It's really nursery rhyme-esque, but with those guitars, it's just fucking beautiful. It just really works.
Yeah, it really
and
does.
It's got Two People from the World is a Beautiful Place, and I'm no longer afraid to die on it as well, which is just cool. It just adds to it. I didn't realise that until I read the press notes, but when
and your bloody press notes.
I like press notes. What can I say?
What can I say? What can he say?
But then, but also mixed up in that kind of mixed up in that nursery rhyme-esque delivery, I guess, there's quite harsh, there's very, very personal lyrics. So on a song like Brain Days, Lucinda's singing, "I have dreams I'm dying most nights, could you wake me up and drag me out," and like it's really very, very, very personal and quite heavy, a lot of what she's singing about. And done
just to look at the title track, the titles on this album, like "Born an Underdog," "Don't Let Them Tell You Otherwise," "Repent, Regress," "Toxins," "Flowers on Their Grave." I mean, it's obviously a record with a lot of I don't want to use the word angst, but angst feels like, because angst is, people usually think of teenage angst, which is like, a bit of a sort of insult, but I don't mean it as one.
Teenage angst has paid off well, according to Mr. Cobain. So, I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree. But then I would also say, if you just had it on in the background and you were, it's that Weezer thing of, you have it on in the background and you're not listening properly, and you're just like, these are nice, happy-ish songs, very sort of shoegazy and slow, but they're, relatively happy, blah, blah, blah. And then you listen to the lyrics and it's like, oh my God. And we've talked about that a fair bit. Like the Pup record was a bit like that, wasn't it?
The Pup record's really good, yeah.
But it's just, hey, it's a trick that's been used a lot, but it works. I love it. I really, really love it. Really good. I love this record. I think it's really awesome.
Yeah, I really like it as well.
Okay, you don't seem as...
No, I do. I think it's good. I do really think it is good.
Do you like it as much as Seafoam? You're not sure yet?
Do you know what? I don't know.
Okay.
But the fact that I don't know means it is a good record.
Yeah,
Seafoam is a good record.
But that's encouraging.
I think this is a good record. Whether I prefer it to the first one, I might have to go back and listen to it, because to be perfectly honest, it's been a little while since I've listened to that record, and I should do. I've got it on vinyl over there. I'll put it on later.
Good.
But anyway, that is Cultdreams, Things That Hurt. It is out next week as well. So it's another one that is out a week from today, if you're listening to this podcast the day it came out.